about Corvette for the third time, but we got to talk about the ZR1 again, and particularly why the ZR1 and the C8 chassis in and of itself needed to become mid-engine. Back in the car today, and yes, we're talking about the Corvette again, because this has just been something that's really been interesting to me, that's been coming up multiple times, even in a few comments, about is the new Corvette, the C8, and obviously including the ZR1, ZR1X, are they really Corvettes? And it's an interesting thing, because obviously the shift to mid-engine cars and layouts has kind of changed a little bit of the identity of the Corvette.
Makes 64 horsepower. Plus 1,000, plus 90, plus 120, plus 1,000.
If you haven't watched Jason Camisa's Icons video on the ZR1, you've got to watch that, as well as all of his videos. Jason Camisa is one of the few YouTubers that when he posts a video, I will change my schedule around to see if I can watch it. But nonetheless, he talks about that and gives a great comparison, particularly to the C7 ZR1 and the C8 ZR1. And as you can see in that video, the C7 just struggles to get off the line from a dig. The C8 just leaves that car in the dust every single time. Even on the best launch, it wasn't really a great launch from Randy Post. That was the best he could do to get that thing off the line. But the inherent nature of that issue is just the front engine rear wheel drive platform versus a mid engine or even a rear engine biased rear wheel drive car. And so nonetheless, it's just an interesting thing, and I'm not gonna nerd out too much on this because I don't even fully understand it, but on the surface I do. And really it's just that moment of inertia shift. You just have so much weight that gets shifted back onto those wheels as they're accelerating, and then you pair that with so much power that it just overwhelms those tires. And you really have to have some really great tires to be able to hook up well. And so the C8 generation really negates that, or really helps that a lot, because of the fact of having that engine as close to the rear wheels as possible and not having as much of that moment of inertia on acceleration. You're able to get off the line so much easier, and crazy enough, with a car that has 300 more horsepower than the C7 ZR1. So do I think the C8 ZR1, the C8 Corvette in general, is still a Corvette? Yes, I do. I feel like it really does. And again, Camisa touches on this on that Icons video, but it was just the natural progression that Chevy needed to take to get the ZR1 to always perform where it did. It always put way above its weight class, but in order to do that this time around, they had to move to that mid-engine design. The new ZR1 is a ZR1, and the ZR1X is a hypercar. I'm saying it. But leave some comments below. I would love to hear this and make a discussion out of this. But let me know your thoughts. Look forward to catching you guys on the next one.